Now, this is wrong. You can't drive like this. Hello and welcome to another beautiful day in the Austrian Alps. Today I am teaching my youngest brother Lars how to drive a car. He has already learned about the theory, but he has not yet taken any driving lessons, and that we will be doing today.
I'm Lars and I'm currently 16 years old, so I asked my sister Chiara to teach me how to drive, because I want to be able to do so when I'm 17.
Let's go! So now that we're going to learn to drive a car, part of it is also to know about the engine bay. Because in Austria, when we do the driver's license test, first you have to walk around the car and show some parts of the car, the engine bay, the tires and such things. So that's what we're going to do first. Now let's open the engine bay and look at what's inside. So Lars opened the hatch, and typically it is on the left side, right here. Once you open that, the hatch is opened. And let's walk toward the hood. To open the hood of the car, just look underneath the hood that just opened. Usually on the right side or directly underneath the logo is a little flap. On the Mini it's really difficult to open it. But it looks like this. So this mechanism, by pushing it upwards, you can move the hatch. Now, the most important parts about an engine are actually the fluids. This is what is most often asked in driver's license exams. So let's start off with the engine oil. If you have to fill in engine oil, where is that? That's right, it has this fun little oil symbol on it. And likewise, you can open that if you want to. And there you can see the inside of the engine. Yeah. Likewise, if you want to just check how much oil is in your engine, you would be using the oil dipstick, and that is located right underneath it. It has the same symbol on it. And if you want to see how to correctly check the engine oil, you can check out one of the other videos. It'll be linked right here somewhere in the picture. The next liquid that is necessary to check is the brake fluid. Do you have any idea where that might be?
Brake fluid.
No problem. On the Mini it is hidden away. On the Mini it is underneath this flap. It has this brake symbol on it. And the only thing you need to check here is that the level is correct. You can typically see on the side here. It's very hard to see it right now, but it's a yellow liquid. How often would you have to change your brake fluid on a car?
The brake fluid?
Yeah. Every 2 years you need to change the brake fluid. Okay, let's move on to the cooling liquid. That's right. In this canister is the cooling liquid. If we look at it from this side, maybe we can see some color. It is a blue liquid, and it is responsible, I wouldn't open that. It is responsible to keep the engine cool even at very high temperatures, and it's very important that this never freezes, because it is basically water with non-freezing properties. However, it will freeze, and here it says at minus 25 degrees Celsius. So also this needs to be checked every year to see whether it is still in good condition. Sometimes it needs to be replaced. Okay, moving on to the washer fluid. Where is the washer fluid?
So for the windshield?
Yes.
I would guess that's this.
That's right. This is the washer fluid. It's not necessary to have any in there, but typically, I mean, mine is blue and apparently empty. But also here it's important to have washer fluid that does not freeze. With most of these liquids, they have to be replaced at some point. Usually just check in the service intervals to know. For the exam, they're going to probably ask about the brake fluid. They did ask me about that, so you have to change it every 2 years. And they also ask questions like, what if your brake fluid is low? What might be the issue if your brake fluid is low? And do you know the answer?
Not really. I guess.
The answer is that if your brake fluid is very low, not because you have to fill it up, because it's a closed system. It should never be low. If it is, then it means that your brake pads are worn out because more fluid is pushing the calipers together. So for that reason, it will be time to change your brake pads. Another important part about your engine is the battery. What is the battery important for?
For starting the engine.
For starting the engine. What happens if you can't start the engine because your battery is empty? What should you do then?
You would probably go to another car and ask them to jumpstart you.
Exactly. And when you do that, you need to know where your battery is placed. And on the Mini, it is placed here. If you open this flap, it is once again hidden away. And my flap is broken, but in theory, if it would look nice, this is where it is. And the red is always the what?
Positive.
The positive side, and on the other side is the negative side. So if you can also see here the red plus and the blue minus. And if you want to charge your battery or jump start it, you would put the red on the red and also on the other red of the other car, your black on this side as well, but the other black side on another piece of metal, not on the other negative pole of the other battery. Got that?
Yes.
Okay, now you can close it, close the hood. Very good. And let's get into the car to start driving. Now we're sitting in the car and we're ready to learn how to drive a manual transmission car. Manual, because in Austria you should learn how to drive a manual before you learn to drive in an automatic car. Because if you learn to drive and have the exam only with an automatic transmission, then you will have a special code in your driver's license that says you're only allowed to drive cars with an automatic transmission. For that reason, we're learning to drive manual right away. First things first, your seating position has to be correct. Now, this is wrong. You can't drive like this. How do you know if your seating position is correct? You can easily check by resting your hand wrists on the top of the steering wheel. If your wrists are comfortably at this position, then you're correct. If you're further away like this and you can only touch the top of your steering wheel with your fingers, then you're too far away. And the reason for that is because if you're at the correct position, you should have a little bit of a bend in your elbow. Say I am turning the wheel and I was all the way in this position, I still have enough space to touch all parts of the steering wheel. If I was far away, I can't really touch the steering wheel well anymore. If you can see that this is uncomfortable, my arms are straight. So for that reason, it's important to have the correct seating position. To change your seat, you can go forward or backward with the lever at the bottom of the seat. You can also use a lever at the side of your seat to go leaning backwards or to lean further forward. And finally, you can also change the actual steering wheel. So there's a lever on one side or at the bottom, which allows you to change the height of the steering wheel as well as the depth, as in how close or how far away the steering wheel is from you. So when you drive a manual car, there are 3 pedals at the bottom that you will be using. The farthest on the left is the clutch. The one in the middle is the brake. You'd be using your right foot to use that, and the one on the far right is the accelerator. You also use your right foot for that. Now, in the middle, you will have your gear shift. In the Mini, it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you go towards the front, so far left front, is reverse. It's not racing, it's reverse. But yeah, so when you want to start driving, what you would be doing is let's ignore the brake for a moment because we're completely stationary, we can't really roll away. You would push your clutch, and while the clutch is engaged, you would put your gear shift into the first gear. From there, you would slowly let go of the clutch to let the clutch engage. And as you do that, you will see the car is rolling forward a little bit. And when you hit the sweet spot, you also add a little bit of petrol. And as you do that, slowly, fully let go of the clutch and only leave your foot on the accelerator. And now you're moving. To stop, you would do the exact same in the opposite way. So you would let go of the accelerator, push in your clutch, and then brake to come to a full stop. And that's how you start driving a car. Now we're going to try to go from starting to drive to the first gear, to the second gear, back into the first gear and stop again, just to do a gear shift change. Now our position is again the same as before. Our gear shift is in neutral. How do you check whether you're in neutral? You just bounce it left to right and you'll see, okay, that you're in neutral. Now, if your car is in neutral, if your gear shift is in neutral, you also don't need to push in the clutch. You push in the clutch only if you're switching from gears or if your gear shift is engaged in some gear. So, let's start driving again. I will push in the clutch, put the gear shift into first gear, let go of the clutch very gently until I can feel the sweet spot of the car moving forward. And as I feel that, I will start putting a little bit of pressure on the accelerator. And as the car is moving forward, I'm letting fully go of the clutch, and now I am driving. To change gear, I will go a bit faster and quickly let go of the accelerator, push in the clutch, go into second gear, let go of the clutch again and push the accelerator. Now I'm in second gear.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's quite simple.
It's quite simple. You just have to get used to you just have to get used to the pedal work.
Yeah.
And also, once you're used to that, you have to focus on the surroundings. Now if I want to stop, I will just push in the clutch, push the brake, and I can come to a full stop without having to go into first gear first. Okay. I apologize, I forgot to put on my seatbelt. Okay, do you feel ready?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Tiny bit. Because I don't want to crash the Mini.
Okay, we're switching now. Okay, first step is to make sure your seating position is right. You're currently in neutral, you're right. Now, just check how close or how far away is the clutch. Just push in the clutch pedal to see how does that feel. Are you close enough? Are you too far away?
No, it's fine.
It's fine, okay. Try to do the test where you rest your hands on top. You're a little bit far away. Maybe you would in this case probably pull the steering wheel further towards you. On the left side there is a lever.
Do I pull it down or?
Pull it down. Just push it down. Nope, that's not right. Push it down all the way. Drop the camera. Okay, let's start driving. So you push in the clutch. Put the gear shift in first gear. Yes. And you can let go of the brake. You don't need the brake right now. Now just let the clutch come up a little bit, and as you feel it, as it's sort of halfway, slowly, very slowly. You can feel that. Now is the right time to push the accelerator slowly. Good. Now. Good. Stay consistent with how much pressure you put on the accelerator.
I'm trying.
Okay, now I'd like you to slow down and come to a complete stop again. So push in the clutch, and brake. Gently. Okay. Yeah, all good. All good. So all three pedals are quite sensitive. At some point you will figure out exactly how much pressure is too much and how much is too little. Okay. Now let's try that again. There is no traffic around us. By the way, just a disclaimer, we're not on a public road. This is some field. There's just a lot of people walking here. Yeah. So that's why I'm checking. There's a few cars around us of just people walking. Okay, let's try that again. So go into first gear. Yeah, a bit more clutch, Oh, push the clutch. And on the brake?
Never.
On the brake? All good. The car starts by itself again.
Ah, okay.
So what went wrong here is that you let go of the clutch fully before the car was driving.
Yeah.
You could let go of the clutch completely and it will start driving into the first gear even without putting any pressure on the accelerator. But it might die if you do it too quickly. So what you have to change is that you have to be a bit more gentle with the clutch and put pressure on the accelerator. And if you feel this feeling of it's dying, push the clutch immediately.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the brakes. Okay. Now let's start again. Go into first gear. Let go of that clutch very gently. Foot on the accelerator. Give it a little bit of power. Feel it. Yes. Okay. A bit more. Bit more. Yes. Yes. Bit more. Bit more. Bit more. No, that's a bit much.
Yeah. I felt
Okay.
it.
Gentle.
Okay.
Stay on the same pressure on that petrol foot. That's good. Now let's just keep going a little bit in this first gear. A little bit slower just because we're going into a turn soon. And now try to focus a little bit. You can put your left foot away from the clutch. Gently stay on the same pressure, with the same pressure on that petrol foot. That's good. Now we want to put the foot away from the clutch when you're not using it, because otherwise you might slip the clutch, which will eventually break it.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
Okay, now we're going into a turn, so you have to focus on your hands and properly making that turn. When you do a turn, try to look far ahead so you know what's coming and how sharp the turn is and
Do I
so
have to
forth.
turn my whole head, or can I
You
just
don't
look
have
with
to
my
at
eyes?
all, you can look with your eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's a super steep turn, I do like to look with my head.
Yeah.
But in the exam, they're going to check your eyes by seeing if you're moving your head.
Okay.
So when you check your mirrors, you'll have to move your head completely. We're not checking our mirrors right now because I'm checking them for you, so you can fully focus on driving. Now this is very good pressure. It's consistent pressure on the accelerator, so this is good. Now when we get to this crossing, I want you to come to a complete stop. So that means push in the clutch, let go of the accelerator, push in the clutch fully, and brake. Gently, gently. Yes. Very good. Bit more clutch. Bit more clutch. Okay, bit more accelerator. More. Okay, all good. Gentle on the accelerator. Very good. Okay, now fully let go of the clutch and put it on the side. Good. And now keep consistent pressure on that right side. If you're ready, we can try to go into second gear. If you want to do that, I'd ask you to go a little bit faster. Then let go of the accelerator, push in the clutch, and put it into second gear. Now let go, clutch in, second gear, and now gas. Yep, gently. That was very good, very good.
I'm still trying to figure out the gas pedal. It's a bit tricky.
The accelerator.
Yeah, the accelerator.
Yeah. As we go in there, I want you to push in the clutch and use the brakes to come to a stop. Just go straight in here, turn all the way in. Yep. Push in the clutch, and slowly brake. We'll practice that. If you want to reverse, you need to check all your mirrors. Firstly, the one in the middle, then the one to your side, and then also look over your shoulder, actually looking outside if there is a car coming. I see nothing, so we're ready to go in reverse. What you want to do now is you push in the clutch and you go into reverse. It's a little bit more difficult. Just bump it all the way to the left.
All the way?
Yes, and now
Like this?
forward. Yes, now you're in reverse.
Okay.
And you can do the same as we do when we go forward. Gently let the clutch come. We're rolling a little bit because we're at an uphill position. Very gently, and as you do that, you need to turn. That's good. Very good, very good. Bit more clutch and bit more. Yep. Oh, push the clutch. Very good, no problem. And we can go forward from here. So go into first gear again. Yep, first gear. And now let go of the clutch gently. Just turn all the way.
Already?
All the way. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. clutch. Exactly, that's why. Very good. If you want, you can try to go into third gear. Just go a little bit faster. That's good, that's good, that's already fast enough. And up into third gear. Very good. Go off the clutch. Good. Okay, now we already have to slow down again. So let go of the accelerator, clutch, and second gear. Gently let go of the clutch. Very gently. Yes, bit of. Okay, you can go back into first gear if you want to.
Yeah, I can also stay in the second, I guess.
Go a bit more to keep left a little bit more.
Sorry.
That's good. Okay, now slow down. Go into first gear. Very good. Very slowly let go of the clutch. Very slowly. Yes. Good. Now we're going to take the turn in first gear because there is a car. Put your turning signal.
Oh.
Good. Very good. All good. Clutch. If you're at an uphill, you need more. Yep, push the clutch and brake. Clutch and brake. No problem. Turn on the car again. Okay, no problem. It does it by itself. If you're at an uphill, you need more.
Yeah, I guess so.
You need to use the accelerator more. Otherwise,
Okay.
you can't. The car doesn't have enough power to go up. So in this case, again, first gear. Just try that again. Bit more. Yep. Gently, gently, gently. All good. Okay. Now try to go a bit slow because it's an icy road and there's another turn up ahead. Yep. Yep. Good. Good. Very good. A bit more to the left. Not too much. Not too fast.
Yeah,
Gently.
try.
Second gear allows for a lot of spiel. I don't know what that is.
The leeway.
A lot of leeway, yes. Okay. Now when we get to that parking space, we're going to stop and the lesson will be over.
Okay.
Push in the clutch and slowly brake. And you can reverse park into that spot behind us. Good. And you don't need any of the. You will make it if you just let go of the brake because we're at an uphill again. So just look behind you where you want to go to, turn the wheel, and use the brake to determine how far you go. Good. Very good. Now make it straight. 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 It's not straight. A bit more straight.
Yeah, but we have to turn around so I can just.
Okay. Very good. Now, to turn off the car, put it in gear. Push the stop button. Yep. Now you can let go of all of the pedals. Before you let go of the brake, let go of the clutch. Because now it engages back into a gear, so it will not roll away. If you now let go of the brake, it'll roll a little bit and then stop. If you're at a very steep incline, you would use the handbrake, but right now it's not necessary.
Okay. Yeah.
And now you would turn off the ignition and we're done.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and if you're not quite ready for that yet, then maybe just leave a like or a comment or something like that to let me know how you felt about it. Have a nice day. Goodbye.